Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are in China at the Asian Championship in Banhai. The weather is amazing, it's plus 30 degrees, air temperature plus 28 average weather, and it's just amazing here. Today I'm with Natali. She's from Australia. She's a proud mother. She's been racing for a couple of years now, and she just finds the time to go out with all the girls and still give them a hard time. So we're pretty much gonna diving deep today and talking about your experience, Natali, how you came up to be racing, why would you choose to do this, and then what did you find different in learning compared to say to young kids like me. And also Natalie's from Australia, so I think it's going to be really interesting to see what's new. And it's morning here, it's an hour before the skiers meeting, so we have a little coffee now, and it looks like a late night show.
Cheers.
So we call it Kite Late Night Show from Banhai, Asia. Okay, Natali, first of all, I know you have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And then you're from Australia. Where do you live in Australia, and what's the place?
Yeah, so I'm in Melbourne, and I recently moved to St Kilda Beach. It's across the road from my sponsors, the shop that I am a team rider for, and it's right across from the beach, so now I can easily fit in kite sessions whenever the wind is good.
Nice.
In Melbourne, the wind is really up and down. Like you could use a whole quiver of kites in one day.
Okay, and what's the main season for the kiting? Is it winter, summer?
Well, now that I foil, you can kite all year round. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's not very nice in winter because it's really cold, but you can get an hour session in and then have a hot shower. But I guess the main season would be, say, September to March, when twin tippers would kite. Mm-hmm. But yeah, now that we foil, as soon as there's 7-8 knots, we can get out. So yeah, we can pretty much go all the time.
Mm-hmm. Good. And then, when did you start kiting, and when did you start racing?
Yeah, so I started kiting over 10 years ago. Okay. So I was already in my 30s with 2 little kids, but we liked snowboarding and wakeboarding. Mm-hmm. So you can't snowboard all year round, and Australia doesn't have great mountains. Yeah. Okay. And we didn't have anywhere to put a boat to wakeboard often, so we took up kiting, and it was a great opportunity you can go out for an hour when you still have a family, and you don't need a boat, you don't need to drive for hours to a mountain. So yeah, my family really enjoyed kiteboarding, and then we did some kiteboarding holidays, and I went on a training camp, and they're like, you should compete. So I started competing in twin tips.
Twin tip racing or freestyle?
Just freestyle tricks.
No way.
We have no twin tip racing in Australia. It just doesn't exist. Okay. So I did twin tip events for a couple of years and did okay at our national level. But with little kids, you can't travel, like you need to be there for them. So I couldn't take that any further. And then people started going out on race boards. And I'm like, oh, well, that's something new and fun. Okay. So a few of us in Melbourne learnt to race on the race boards. And before I even got good at that, we saw foils. And we're like,
When was that? When did the foils come to Australia?
Well, we heard that it was going to be, kiteboarding racing was going to be in the Olympics around 2012, I think, the first time.
Yeah, it was about the race boards.
And then I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to get good on this race board. I'm going to learn this. Here's my chance. Okay. So I used to be a swimmer, and I tried out for the Olympics, and I didn't make the team. And I'm like, okay, here we go. I can have another go at it. And then people were on foils, and I'm like, well, I kept practicing the race board because I thought race board might be in the Olympics. And then race boards were taken out, and then windsurfing was back in. And then I thought, all right, I'm going to try this foiling. Okay. So about 3 years ago, I got the Cabrina double agent. Okay. Yeah, and it's slow, but it's quite good to learn on. So I learned to ride on that, and then someone made a foil. A company in Melbourne started making them, so they gave me a foil. So I'm like, okay, great. Nice. So progressed a bit on that, and then everyone kept telling me, you need a better one. You cannot go fast on this. Okay. And I was trying to go in competitions, and the foil I had just didn't go upwind. And I assumed it was my lack of skill, so I just kept trying and trying and trying. And then I got a Moses foil, and it was much, much better than my other one. And then finally last year when I came to China and I met up with Emil, I organised to get his old mic slab, and that changed everything
so
for
now
me.
I have mic slab.
Yeah. It was just an overnight change. I can go upwind, I can go fast, and in light wind, my Moses I couldn't get going in light wind, and now like the mic slab just pops up.
Which one do you have? The Bullet 3?
Yeah.
I love Bullet 3. I think it's such an amazing foil. Personally, I think it's right now it's the best foil in the market.
It changed my life. I went from why aren't I as good as other people to I'm fine now. Now I just need to work on my own skills and racing. Like I don't come from a sailing background, so my racing skills need a lot of work. Like I am not very good at reading the wind and ley lines.
The same for me. I came from pentathlon. And then before actually racing, I came from pentathlon to freestyle. And then from freestyle switched to racing. So it was completely new for me. I had no idea. Okay, so.
So I need to work on my sailing skills and working out the ley line. Like yesterday, the top ley line was so hard. You're sure you're in line, then I get pushed down.
Let's talk a bit about this the Chinese the Asian Championship. So first of all, what's different is the conditions you race in physically, because it's so warm. It's more than 30 degrees. The water is warm, and the humidity level is insane, 10%. So coming from Europe, I'm not sure how it's for Australia, but I assume it's pretty much the same because the humidity level is less in Australia. It's hard to even to breathe after the races, to get the oxygen back, to get your muscles recovered in time. Is it the same for you?
I'm not finding it too bad. I think I found Lake Garda harder being really cold. I prefer this to really cold. But we don't have quite this humidity in Australia.
The same.
So we have the heat, but we really only have the heat for a few hours in the afternoon. Like it takes our day to warm up. Like here, as soon as you walk out of the hotel room, you start to sweat. It's hot immediately and all the time. But I still think it's really nice. You don't have to put on a wetsuit.
I enjoy it so much that you can just go out in the board shorts and just kite.
But I find it hard to read the wind here because you don't. It's not like home. You don't know what you need and where to go, and so I'm trying to do as many races as I can to get that experience, the experience that I'm missing by not coming from a sailing background. But the more races I do, the better I'm going to be at looking at the water. And yesterday I jibed twice and the kite fell out of the sky and I looked down and the water's glassy. I'm like, well, that was a stupid place to jibe. So things like that I have to pay attention. You know, I'm trying to get in a jibe to catch the little girls downwind, try to get it in quick and not taking note of my surroundings. So there's lots to improve on, and the more you do, the more you learn. And
I understand. Of course, it's like the same way I come to races. It's no matter what level is it, you always have some places, some things to learn. And you will learn if you go to competition and you don't sail just blindly up and down wind, but you actually think about what you do. And if you have the thought in mind that you can always be better, we can always find the mistakes you make.
And there's plenty to reflect on. And what's great about these events is you go to dinner with people afterwards and debrief, and you hear, other people had trouble with the top mark, there was a shift in the wind. I think you get advice that helps.
I think what I'm afraid is going to happen, that's because the kite community is so tight right now, and most of us are enthusiasts at the beginning, and we really connected group and we like to share everything. And I'm afraid that within the years, when more and more people are going to come in, we're going to get separate and pretty much. Maybe the main group's still going to be there, but we're not going to be sharing as open as we do now. So I think for the last couple of years, maybe for the next couple more years, it's just the golden time to get to the competition and ask as many questions as you can, because everyone is so friendly and everyone can just tell you
It's
like,
amazing.
This is
You're
wrong because
at dinner with the person coming first, second, and third, and they're discussing where is a better place to tack. I don't think there's another competition where people share.
I think that's just the community.
It's really good.
Because it's a young sport, and I think for us, and obviously the results are important, but then above the results, what's really important is just the friendship and the community and just having a good time. First of all,
I think there's definitely an advantage in being a girl at these events too. A lot of the more experienced guys are very happy to help and just explain things. Like I had a few tangles, and everybody's happy. I can go to any of the guys and ask, okay, this happened, I was here, she was here. Can we go through the rules? Who's at fault? Should I protest? And everyone's really helpful, which is so good for all the girls that are learning. Like all of the girls here have done it for less time than the boys. So
you need to speak a bit louder because people come. It's true, and I think the next. Hey, it's fine. You can come. Okay. It's true because I think for the right now, you really need to come to these events if you want to learn as quickly as possible. Because everyone's just gonna share. And you don't need to be shy. You need to come to the best guys, to the top riders, and ask them, what do you think I'm doing wrong, or should I do better? And they 100% will share with you their secrets, because we just share so far.
And it's really good. At home, I can go out for an hour and go around a course and not miss any tacks or jives, make every lay line, but there's no one there. As soon as there's, other people, it changes the whole dynamic and the mental game. I get stressed when there's people, and again, not being from a sailing background, it's, okay, can I go? No, I'm on starboard. I can tell them I'm on starboard, but it's working through those things and having the confidence. So,
what's your job? What do you do? Besides the kite surfing?
When I don't kite, I run a swim school.
Okay.
So I started it over 10 years ago, and we specialise in children with special needs.
Okay.
So we have, kids with autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, and we teach them to swim. So I've got 3 locations. 2 of them are...
That's amazing.
2 of them are primarily all about special needs, and that's where I started my program. And then I bought a swim school that had 1,000 neurotypical children, so we run regular classes there like every other swim school, and we also added our special needs program. So we deliver something that's really not available anywhere else, and we've had amazing outcomes, like kids that can't walk learn to swim, and so it's fantastic.
So I was a swimmer before even pentathlon, and pentathlon is swimming is a big part of the sport. So I'm really interested, how does the swimming help the kids?
So a child with autism, for example, has the same physical attributes as everyone else, so they can swim as well as you and I can, but they just need to learn differently. So we do one-on-one classes, and they learn to swim, and it gives them confidence that they take into other areas of their lives. So, they're not going to be good at football. They can't read and preempt what's going to happen. So regular Australian team sports just don't work very well with kids on the autism spectrum. But, by learning to swim, they get confident that they can do something, and then that transfers to other areas of their lives. And it also gives... parents get to see their kids achieve something, and it's uplifting for the parents. And we have a beautiful community, so parents bring their kids to the lessons, and then parents can talk to other parents with similar issues.
That's amazing. I think that's a great thing to have. And do you have the name of your organization?
Swim for All.
Swim for All.
Swim for All.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna plug it, and we're gonna give all the links. I think
And I'm super, super lucky. I have to do a shout out to my staff. That now I have such good staff that I can come to events. Like 2 years ago, it wouldn't have been possible to leave for this long. I was in Europe 2 weeks ago, 1 week home and back in China. I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have great staff. And I've got Stacey managing our Werribee Centre, and she's really, really efficient and really good. And then Lucy at our Murrumbeena and Willis Hill centres. And they're just able to organise things when I'm gone. They can message me and we can discuss things, but you know, they're on the ground dealing with all the issues, and I'm super lucky to have them and all the teachers that do a great job. So.
I mean, it's amazing. I have a huge respect for you for doing this. It's like, it's one of my dreams maybe in the future when I can like retire from the sport and do some charity work as just helping someone. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's super cool when you go to work and there's kids that couldn't do anything and then able to swim. It's really uplifting. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
So good. And when you do this, do you have any major sponsors that you would like to plug?
Yeah, I guess the Zoo Board Sports are definitely my main sponsor. So I'm a team rider for Zoo Board Sports.
Zoo Board Sports.
Yeah, and they're across the road from where I live. And like the best thing about them is
I love the question. They're my biggest sponsor. They live across the road where I live.
I know, it's so cool. Well, I moved to them. They were there first, and I moved near them. But like the best part is, you know, sure, they order all my gear and they do the things that a regular sponsor would do, but they're there to help me with anything. You know, if a line breaks, I can take my kite over and they'll help me. Okay. And I think that's a big difference between the guys and girls in the sport. I know some girls are really technical minded, but I'm not. So I don't really have the confidence. Like I break a line and I look at my bridle and I think, oh man.
What do I do?
Yeah, and I can do it. I can look online and, you know, I did my first one. It took me a day to look online, look at the bridle, put little pieces of paper at each knot, undo the knot, write little directions. Like I can do it. But I think guys that have done a lot of it, they just know, they know what to do. They're just like, you just do this and you just do this, and they can do it in 10 minutes.
And they're happy to help you.
And I know it's right. You know, I don't have confidence in my own ability to, you know, get it right. So, yes, I broke a line, I go over there, they order me a new one, and in the meantime, you know, we use a bit of bridle line from an old kite and fix it so I can go out and ride.
So what's the main thing they do?
They're just a shop that does, well, they do kiteboarding lessons, SUP lessons, windsurfing lessons, and then they sell all of the equipment.
So they sell and repair and like a big kite shop slash school slash
well, I don't think they repair, but they always help me.
Okay, they always can help you.
Yeah. But they'll help anyone, you know. If you've got some equipment that you've even bought anywhere else and you go in, like Ivan and Paul who run it, will give you advice or help you or tell you what to do. They're just, you never feel pressured you have to buy something. They're just really good guys. And I think they have a loyalty of customers because of the way that they run their business.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
Great to hear. Really nice people, I guess.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have a segment that you asked me to actually put back in because I haven't
apparently it's very popular right here.
I don't know, I felt like the Blitz questions were kind of falling off. I was repeating them and they weren't really getting as much attention as I wanted, and I felt that they didn't really do the job, but Natali said that she wants to have them, so I have them back. Blitz questions, guys. I have few funny ones, so let's start. So first of all, who would you... okay, so Blitz questions, quick explanation. Natali, it's easy. You just ask you a question, you answer it. There's no basically meaning behind them, just funny questions. Good morning, Bilgi.
Morning.
Okay, so the first question is, who would you let punch you directly in the face?
No one.
How many days have you gone without showering?
None.
None, okay. Which is your favorite drink?
Vodka.
Okay. What do you think about garden gnomes?
Pointless.
If you had a choice between two superpowers, being invisible or flying, which one would you choose?
Flying.
Okay. Can you tell me 10 things you can do with a pencil other than write? I'm counting.
Scratch your ear, scratch back.
No, it's the same.
Same scratching. Applying, what did I do this morning? Applying epoxy to your board.
Okay.
With a sharp pencil, maybe screwing something in.
Okay.
Oh wow, this is hard. Putting your lines in the ground to measure them out. What else can you do with a pencil? Clean your ear? Did I do that?
No. Do you want to come and help me?
What else do you do with a pencil?
With the pencil.
Yeah. Or come inside.
Oh, you can use 2 pencils for chopsticks.
Okay, it's 6. Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any?
Yeah, I
You could hold a plant up in the ground.
I think I do, but I don't want to say it out
Oh,
loud.
no, just,
I'm just kidding.
That's why you wanted a room on your own.
okay.
She has a point.
So it's what 7, 8. We're gonna without naming it, it's gonna be number 8 from Bilgi.
Yeah.
2 more.
Help us out, Max. What can you do with a pencil? Stab somebody. Oh,
You can
that's not
stab someone.
appropriate. Max, you've got a bad mind.
Watch John Wick.
Oh yeah, have you heard the story how John Wick once he killed 3 guys in the bar with a pencil?
Wow, they're so useful. Could you write? Did we use that? Did we say write?
No, except
Colin,
other draw. Okay.
Yeah.
It's 10.
Did we make it? Ooh,
Yeah, we did make it.
that was a pressured question.
Yeah, it was. Okay. So, I have a couple more. If you had to become an inanimate object for a year, what object would it be?
Ooh. TV.
TV.
Because everyone likes TVs. Everyone likes to watch TV.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. What would you like to live? No, okay. What would you like to live like for a day?
Where?
No. Oh, what about? Who would you like to live like for a day?
Daniela.
Maros.
Yeah.
Do you know that she goes to school? So you will probably wake up in the morning. You would
No,
go
I
to
want to live her life on a day in Mexico, maybe.
in Mexico.
Yeah, a day of her training.
Or the weekend.
Yeah, so I can learn all of her skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were a mad scientist and the money would not be a problem, what a scientific experiment would you run? And also ethics is not a problem.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, working out how I can become fitter and faster quicker.
Okay.
And legally.
I mean,
No drugs.
No
Yeah,
drugs.
without drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
Fitness.
the blitz questions. Everyone, how was it for you?
Yeah, fun.
Fun,
Yeah.
okay.
I didn't think the pencil one would be quite so hard.
Yeah, and quick note, I left my good mics in Europe, so I'm using my old mic, and hopefully there's a little bit of echoing in the lobby, so I'm gonna see how it's working out, and then hopefully the sound is gonna be good.
Okay.
You know, but we'll see. Maybe I don't want to re-record it later today.
No, that was good.
It was good. So we're already at 33 minutes. So usually this is the format. So I think let's kind of round up here. Do you have any additional things you would like to talk about?
Not really. I'm really grateful that I'm able to be part of this sport.
This is the final segment.
Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about. Basically, actually we can continue talking for ages. Oh yeah, no, actually no. We're probably gonna extend this format to 30 minutes. This thing I really want to talk about, because you're a different age group than me.
Sure, yeah.
And most of the riders, and I'm 100% sure you have a different learning curve. What would be your advice to more mature people? Where do you find the big difference in learning, and maybe some tips for them how to do tugs, jibes, foiling?
I think when you're a bit older, and also when you're a parent, that you have a responsibility to be there for your children, so you can't get seriously injured. So I think the older you are, the perhaps more conservative you are in your learning.
Okay.
I think younger kids just go for it and therefore get it quicker. They're not fearful of getting hurt.
Okay.
And it's not that I'm fearful, I think I'm just naturally a little bit more conservative.
Okay.
So I think that means it just takes longer. As far as learning, the best way I learnt was practicing with other people that are better than you.
Okay.
And I think that goes even for the young people. Like everyone says, you know, Danielle is fantastic because she's training in San Fran with the top guys, and it definitely helps. But at home, when I was trying to learn to tack, following someone else that can tack and watching what they do and then doing it.
Okay.
You know, I'm really a learn by doing. Like, I know a lot of guys will sit and watch videos and YouTube and work it out and then go out and try it. But I find if I watch somebody or having somebody following you, telling you what to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went on a camp once with EJ, and he followed me in a boat, and he's like, put your foot here, put this here, do this, and you don't have to think, can you do it? And it works. And then just do that 100 more times. You know, once you get it, just repeat
Okay.
until it becomes automatic. Like, I don't have to think now to tack or jibe. What I now need to do, as I said before, is work on the conditions and where to do it and tactics. But I think it takes longer, but we've got time. You know, the sport is evolving. It's evolving quickly, but there's time before the next event. So I think it's getting involved, listening to advice, and practicing whenever you can.
Okay. And quickly, what's your plans for the future? Are you planning to do more events, Olympic Games maybe? What's the grand plan?
Yeah, it's super exciting that this is now part of the Olympic Games, and like I was saying before, I'm so grateful that I can be involved in a sport that is going to be an Olympic sport, and that I can be in the top 10 at my age and ability. You know, so if I just need to keep my learning curve going, you know, I can tack and jibe faster, and I can do better on the course.
Okay.
So I just need to keep those skills going and see where it takes me. I think the World Beach Games will be really exciting later in the year. So I'm just going to go to that event and have a great time is my plan.
Yeah.
And I think if there's less pressure, you know, I've qualified, I'll go, I'll enjoy it and see where that takes me.
Are you in top 20 right now?
Yeah, top 10. I think I'm 7th at the moment.
Then you should be good.
Yeah.
Then you're coming.
Yeah. So I've just got to keep ahead of the little ones that are coming.
Yeah, but this is the last event for the qualification, so
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I've qualified, but like you said, their learning curve is probably quicker. So I've just got to keep at it.
Okay.
And my plan is to get fitter, stronger, and faster at my transitions. And then I can go as fast now. I've just got to get all the other bits right. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna finish it up here. That was Natali from Australia. I'm Dennis Sheridan, professional athlete. Natali, there's a camera, so look at the camera and just say some things that you think is important right now.
Yeah.
It can be long, short, doesn't matter.
Well, thanks, Dennis,
Look
for
at the
this.
camera.
It's been great interviewing with you, and it's been awesome being part of this sport and seeing where it goes. And I hope I can go a bit further before I get too old to do it. Thanks so much.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. We're posting every Wednesday, and I try to bring blitz questions for a couple more episodes and see how it goes. And I really want to make something new, not just the questions I have maybe with the flashcard, something funny. I'm thinking about it. And then a couple new episodes going to be from Asia,
Thanks,
from China.
guys.
Thank you.
Dennis.
Bye.
Thanks to Zoo Sports, and thanks all the staff at Swim for All.
Bye.
See ya.